Hello everyone and welcome to my channel SimplyBi. So today we are going to see the Power Query or Editor overview, and this is the second part of the video. In the previous video, or in the part 1 of the video, we saw like how can we import the OData feed into the Power BI. Also we saw about some of the basics of Power Query Editor. We saw like what is this query settings, what is this applied step window. We also saw like how can we change the data type of the uh, data sets, okay, or the columns. Now today we are going to see like more on the Power Query Editor. So as you can see here, so all these operations like yesterday which we performed in the applied steps or in the data, okay, so all these operations you perform, it will be applied for the new data sets also, okay. So how to do it? So when you load the new data, so you can just click here on the refresh preview, okay, and uh, the new data set will be refreshed according to the applied steps, okay. Now so let's start. So today we are just gonna first start with deleting all the unnecessary columns. So let's delete it first, okay. From all the tables we are going to delete it, okay. Second. We have this over here just because this is a very highly normalized data set, okay. So when you are loading the Excel file or when you're loading the raw data, these things might not be there, okay. Okay, so why I am deleting these extra columns is just because we are just gonna we will be creating it by our own, okay, when we are performing some operations, okay. So I hope all the columns are now removed. Okay. Now, so we are going to see today the column level operations. Okay. So if you right click, let's say on the quantity column. Okay. So what you can see here, you can see there are some set of operations. Okay. So these set of operations can also be found in this ribbon video over here. Okay. In the upside. So when you right click on the column, okay, so these operations, okay, are for your ease only. Else you can find these operations on the ribbon video as well. So it is very important to check that you have correct data type for each of the column. Why it is very important to check the data type? Because when you are writing the DAX queries, okay, when you are writing the DAX, it might throw you some error. Okay. So now yesterday we saw one of the way to change the data type of the column. So today again we are just going to refresh it. So there are multiple ways to change the data type. So you can see here, first is either you can click on this column, select column, then you can right click and then go to change type. Okay, this is one of the way. Okay, also here you can see that on the left side of the column header you can see some values over here, right? So if you click on this, then directly you can change the data type from here. It says 1.2, so 1.2 means this is a decimal number data type. Okay, now here you can go and select text, so now it will be changed to text. You can see the ABC is mentioned over here. Okay, also there is one more way in which you can do the you can change the data type. So in the ribbon video you just click on this change data type tab, okay, over here, and then you can change the data type of the data column. Okay, now so now today we are going to see about the column profiling and column quality. Okay, so when you load the data from the Excel file, okay, so how will you identify like you're not having any errors in the data, you're not having any null values in the data? So here there are many tables and it would be very difficult. Okay, like it would be very difficult to check individual each table and each columns, like whether they have null values or not. Okay, so now today we will be doing it with the help of column profiling. So below every column header, okay, you can see a green line over here, right? So now if you hover around this green line, so you can find some information over here. Okay, let's just unselect this. You this okay. So now I have just hovered around the green line in the product ID column, and you can see that there are 0 errors and 0 empty. Okay. So now this green line, it tells us about the status and health of the columns. Now, okay. So now hovering on this, you don't need to quickly go to each column and check for errors. Okay. You can just check it over here. So let's say in the ship date. Okay, so when we are hovering around this, you can see there is 3% of the empty values and 97% of the data is valid over here. Okay, now if we see the shipped region column in this, let's scroll down to shipped region column. Okay, so here you can see that there are around 61% of the empty data, while 39% is the only valid data. So this column profiling is currently running on the top 1000 records only. Okay. So if you have more than 1000 records, okay, on your, or you want to perform the column profiling on your entire data set, you can change that. How can you change that? Just on the bottom, you can, on the bottom left corner, you can see there's a column profiling based on top 100 rows written. Just click on this and you can select this for here. So this will be now applied to column profiling based on your entire data set. Okay. Now, so here, what we are going to do, if we click on this ship, as I said, if we click on this ship region column, okay. So if you hover around this, so what you can see, we can see that, as I said, 61% is the error and 39% is the valid data. Okay. So now what you can do here is there is an option for you to remove the empty, okay, remove the empty values. So also there are some more functionalities over here. If you click on this three dots, okay, you can see all of these operations can be performed. Okay, so like you can keep the duplicates, you can keep the errors, okay, and remove the main data. You can remove duplicates, you can remove the empty rows, you can remove the errors, or you can also replace the errors. Okay, let's say there are some null values, you want to replace the null values with 0, so you can directly do that. So we're just going to remove the empty rows over here, and you can see that an operation has been added in the applied step window. Okay, now one more thing you can do over here in the filtered rows in the applied step window, you can see there's a settings option. So when you click on this settings option, okay, so you will get like how can you filter the rows, okay, like keep the rows which does not equal to null, or there are some more options you can use this. Okay, now the next thing we are going to see today is the column quality. Okay, so what does column quality do? So now what we were seeing is, like, to check for any errors, we were hovering around the green line and then we were able to get the data for it, like there is an error or not. So column quality will help us a lot. So how to enable the column quality is, so we will go to this view tab and just click on this column quality. So now without hovering into the green line, you can directly find out like whether your column is 100% error free or it is 100% valid. Okay, you can see over here, like the ship date column is 97% valid and 3% empty. Okay, now it is I can say it is more user friendly and it is more convenient to use this. Now, if you click on this column distribution, okay, so you can see over here about the distinct and the unique values as well. Okay, and if you click on this column profile, okay, so it would give you a very detailed let's say if I select different column, let's say in the order details table, I am selecting the quantity column. Okay. So here, if I see that total count is 1000, distinct is 46, unique is this, minimum value is this, maximum value is this, average is this, and so if you click on this column profile, it would give you the detailed analysis of the column, okay, into the form of the visual, and you didn't have to do any of the coding part. Okay. Now, so let's see the table level operation. Okay, we just unclick this. Okay. Now, on the right side of a table, you can see. So just click on this, and these are all of the operations which we can perform using the tables. It is a table level operation. You can also find these on the ribbon video. So we will be learning that in the next part of this video. So I hope this concept of column profiling and column quality is clear to everyone. If you have any questions on this, please post in your doubts in the comment section. I will be happy to take that. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you everyone for watching. Like and subscribe for more.